Hey, hey. Nice. More early birds.
Hello?
Hello. I hear you.
Is this the core conditioning?
Yes, it is.
Okay, because I I joined a meeting at 11 and it dropped me after 2 minutes. So,
Yeah, class starts at 12.
okay, just wanted to check.
Yep. Folks, we'll start in about, we'll say 3 minutes per usual. Did anyone do class yesterday with me? Because my legs are sore today. Same, yeah. Good thing we're doing abs today, right? I mean, you'll definitely notice the soreness when we go into stuff like leg lifts and all of that, but nothing too crazy. Hopefully it's all good soreness, right? Big difference between soreness and pain. Oh, hi, Onyx. You want to say hi? Oh, the cat wants to play. Terrible timing, Onyx. Terrible timing. Here. Yeah. Oh, never mind. Now she doesn't. As always, folks, you do not need equipment. If you are on hardwood, I would suggest a mat or a towel or something. But I am on carpet, so I do not need anything. So again, normally this core class is 30 minutes, but typically I take it a little longer. Hi, Alex. Come here. So it's kind of varied. We've been going between 35, 40 minutes, excuse me. Typically no longer than that though. I don't think you need that much of a core workout over a specific amount of time. It's easy to overdo it. And so what I always say on this Wednesday class is because it is shorter, it's a great day to also, I mean, it's raining outside, but go out for a run or a walk afterwards. Or you can take Zumba later today at 4:30 with Karen. So that's typically what I do. Today's kind of a rest day for me, so I'm just going to do the core workout, and that's my workout today. But it is a great day to kind of throw in some cardio in there as well. How are we doing with time? Cool. We'll start in about a minute. I'm sure we'll get about another 5 to 10 people in here. And as always, the video option is totally optional. You do not have to use the video. Some people like to, just because I can interact with you. But again, please keep yourself on mute if you don't mind. Kimberly, she's going for it. Yeah, looks like we almost got 50 people here. So I say we get started. So again, if you just came in, you do not need equipment. If you are on hardwood, I would suggest a mat because some of these things are not going to feel super fun if you are not on carpet or mat. Okay, so to get started, we are going to work standing here. Let me get started on my timer. Boom, we're good. All right, folks, we're going to start in place. We're just going to do a nice little twist here. Okay, now you'll see that I am turning my back foot, so I'm pivoting with it. And again, I'm just twisting and turning in place. Nice and easy. I'm not going full speed here, right? I'm going to start to pick up the speed a little bit more. And again, make sure you're coming down at an angle slightly here, because we are going to be doing lots of oblique work here today. So you really got to twist. Pivoting the foot like I am is optional. I just think it feels a little bit nicer on the lower back. Got a couple more seconds. Next thing we're gonna do, I know your legs are sore. Don't worry, it's not a massive squat here. You're just gonna take your arms overhead and you're just gonna dip through the legs and reach. Squat, lift. Nice and controlled. We'll go a little bit faster here as the time goes on. Loosening up the shoulders here as well, right? Because we are going to do quite a bit of planks today. Everyone's favorite, I know. I'm going to go a little bit faster, kind of developing a swing rather than a lift like we were doing when we started. So arms are nice and loose. About 10 seconds. And we'll get one more. Good, we're gonna go into a wood chopper. So we take my hand, my arms up to the right and cut down into the left here, okay? Very similar to that twist that we started with, but it's a little bit more intense because now I've got the arms involved, right? So pretend that you are, wait for it, chopping wood, right? So arms are nice and long, coming down at an angle. Again, I like to pivot the foot. You do not have to pivot the foot here. I just like to protect the back a bit more. Couple more seconds on this side. Good, switch it up. Up and to the left, down and to the right. The awkward side, I like to call it. And I am doing this with a little bit more force here, right? Because we're about 3 minutes into our warm-up. So we can up the intensity slightly here. A couple more seconds. Good, I'm gonna throw some punches left to right. So again, I'm doing that shift of the hips. Okay, but my hands and my punches, they're chest level. So I'm doing this higher here. So I'm really loosening up, again, the core still, the hips, but I'm also loosening up the back now, specifically the upper back. I'm not throwing crazy punches here, just loose and relax. Never want to go too hard on a warm-up here. But as always, you want to keep the warm-up specific to what you're going to be doing, right? Most of the work we're going to be doing today is from our back. So hopefully you got a comfy spot. This is pretty much going to be our only standing stuff is the warm-up. I'm going to take fast punches forward and I'm on my toes here, nice and light and easy. Just extending the arms out up on the toes. Just punching forward. Again, nice and easy. Start to go a little bit faster with the punches. You're starting to straighten the arms more. Turn up the speed again. Losing my voice. And a little bit faster on the punches, about 10 seconds. And relax. Okay, that was 4 minutes. So again, the majority of what we're going to do here is going to be on our back. All right, so I've kind of broken it up into different sections of your abs. So we're going to start with upper abs, right? Belly buttoning up. We're going to work into obliques, and then we're going to get into some lower abs, and then we'll get into some planks. Okay, so I'm going to start on my back. I am going to time all these. Belly in towards my spine and come back down. Okay, so again, looks like my internet cut out. Elbows wide, pulling the belly in. Lift up. It's only about 2 to 3 inches off the ground here, folks. And back down. Lift off. Back down. Okay, we are not doing a full sit up here. You're just doing a small crunch. We want to keep it isolated to the upper part of the abs. Okay, remember to pull in your belly. You're trying to think belly button to the spine. Got about 10 seconds here. This should be easy peasy. Right, you never want to start with the craziest movements, right? Never a good idea. And last one. Good, relax. Now with all ab exercises, there can be a tendency for your neck to get a little stiff. So if you need to bring your head down to the floor, do it, okay? So we're gonna up the difficulty a little bit. So I'm gonna bring my feet up to tabletop position. So now my lower abs are engaged here. Press your knees together, okay? My knees are not past my belly button line, all right? Ionics. Okay, elbows wide, lift, pause, hold. Come back down. Hello. I don't know if you can see my cat in the background. She's really hyper right now. Back down. So I'm trying to keep my legs really stable here. They're not moving in or out. I'm trying to press my knees together while I do this. And you should feel a significant difference here. It's quite a bit harder than the first version we did. And back down. So your hands should be loosely behind your head. You're really just gently supporting your neck. You're not yanking on your neck, okay? It's easy to just yank your head up, okay? It's your abs doing the work. Your hands are there to just support. A couple more seconds. And time, relax. I'm gonna switch this way. I can't really see myself. There we go. Okay, and then the next version of a crunch here, we're gonna do our legs straight up. Okay, so progression, right? Easiest, second, and now the more challenging one. Okay, so it is legs straight up, straight as you can get them. Point or flex the toes, doesn't really matter right now. Hands behind the head, exact same movement. Right, so the crunch motion stays the same, but where I'm putting my legs is making the difference here. So again, upper part of the stomach, but now the lower part of your abs are much more engaged to keep your legs up, right? And again, if you did my workout yesterday, your legs are probably a little sore, so you're probably aware of them right now. And for anyone that came in late, looks like there's a few more people. We're doing 45 seconds of everything. So let's get 3 more in with time. 2 more. And last one. Down, relax. Hula. Take a little breather. Give you a little break between all of these. Nothing too significant here because it is a more condensed class, so we just work a little bit faster. Okay, so next up, we're going to do a roll up. Go back to this direction now. Mix it up. Okay, make sure you have space for this, which I kind of don't. Ideally, you're reaching your arms back as far as you can get them. All right. Now this one, quite a bit more advanced. I'm going to press my feet into the floor, and I'm going to lift. Down nice and slow. Okay. If that's a little bit too challenging, plant one foot. If that's still too challenging, plant both feet. Okay. Let's do it. Reach down slow. Fight it on the way down. Okay. Nice and tall at the top. I would suggest looking up towards the roof. Sit back slow. Right, your body wants to fall back quick, so fight it on the way down. Reach, nice and long, slow coming down. You got 20 seconds here. Down slow. Sit up, reach, nice and tall. I know this is not easy. Right, you're probably, some of you may not be able to get all the way up here. That's okay. Treat it as like a sit-up. Down slow. I'm trying to press my legs through the floor. You got 1 more. And down slow. Relax. Take a deep breath. We're going to do a butterfly crunch next. So I'm going to bring my feet facing each other here, okay? I'm trying to press my knees down to the floor, okay? If, again, going into that full sit-up is a little bit too much, you can just do a butterfly crunch, okay? But we're going to do a butterfly sit-up here, okay? So hands for this one, if you're going to a sit-up, I would suggest reaching up. So the exact same motion with the hands, reach back, lift, down slow, okay? Try to press the knees down. All right, let's go. Right, so now we're taking any hip swing out of the equation by being in this position. It's really isolating the stomach. And I know it is not easy to get up from this position, okay? So again, after this one, I'll go into crunches here so you can see that. If you can't get all the way up, you're just doing a butterfly crunch. Try to press those knees down, okay? You got 20 seconds. Oh, cat drive-by. Onyx, geez. There is not a week that goes by in this ab class that I don't kick or slap the cat because she runs right by me. Gosh. Always entertaining. Let's get one more in with time. Woo. And relax. We're going to do two more things here. We're going to do a leg reach, and then we're going to do earthquakes, which we haven't done together. Those are fun. Okay, so single leg toe tap, excuse me, double leg toe tap. I don't know where I got that. So that is going to be legs straight up. I'm going to point the toes on this one, hands behind the head. I'm going to reach and attempt to touch my toes. I don't expect you to actually touch. All right, here we go. Now, at this point, your abs should be pretty toasty. Mine certainly are. Toasty is good, by the way. I do suggest exhaling as you come up. Again, as long as you're breathing, that's really all that matters. Let's get 3 more in with time. 1, 2, and 1 more. 3, relax. That one burned a lot. All right, last one in this series here, then we'll take a little break and then we'll move on to some obliques, is gonna be an earthquake, okay? These are pretty challenging. I'm gonna show you from the side, but then I'll end up doing it in the front just for space reasons. So I'm gonna drive my heels together. And so see there's some space between my feet. From here, I'm gonna roll my shoulders back. I'm gonna bring my arms up, okay? If you have flexibility issues, you're probably not gonna be able to get back towards the ears, kind of like me, so I'm gonna be right in here. You can kind of see why these are called earthquakes, right? So if you've done Pilates, you've probably done this move. So remember to drive the heels together. That's the key. Legs through the floor, heels together. Now you're going to sit back another inch. Pull the shoulders down and back, open at the chest. Take your right arm down. Hold it. Bring it back up. Left arm down. Back up. Sit another inch back. Oh God, the shakes. Bring an arm down. I can't talk. Bring it back. Arm down. Bring it back. Sit another inch. Hold it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time. Nice job. Those suck. I know. Anywho, if you've got water, grab a sip of water. Like I mentioned, we're going to go into our oblique work next. We'll start about 15 seconds so we can get cozy on our side here. I don't like this angle. Let me lower this. Sorry. hairy face up close shot. Okay, so chilling on my side, okay? Right hand behind the head. My left hand, you can leave it out. I tend to put it on my oblique just because I like to feel the pinch, okay? Keeping my elbow wide, slight lift up, squeeze, pinch, back down, okay? My hands are barely behind my head. My fingertips are really the only thing touching, okay? Otherwise, people have a tendency to yank on their neck, and that's taken away from the tension we have going in the obliques, right? Short range of motion, lift, squeeze. Remember, we're starting easier. Lift, pinch, you gotta squeeze. Ah! Lift, pinch, squeeze. About 20 seconds on this side. Lift, squeeze. Again, short range of motion. You're not overdoing it. Last one here. Down, switch sides. Whee. All right. Left hand behind the head, right hand can be on the side. It can be out in front, whatever works for you. Again, you're barely supporting the neck. Lifted, squeeze, back down. Okay. If you do have neck issues, you are going to want to support your neck more, but again, you're not yanking on your neck, right? Lift, squeeze, lift up, squeeze. I'm always a big fan of placing the hand on what you're working. It's just a reminder for you. Friendly doesn't mean you're not going to feel it, right? A couple more here with time. Lift, squeeze. Nice. Next up, we're going to do an ankle slap. I love these, but again, this is not very fun on your neck. So if you need to bring your head down throughout this minute, or if you need to bring one hand to support, you can do that, okay? But I'm going to walk my feet closer to my butt, a little less than shoulder width, head and shoulders up high. I'm going to reach and turn and pinch my oblique. So I'm pinching my right side if I'm reaching to my right. Turn, squeeze, okay? You can go any tempo you want. So if you want to go fast here, you can do that. I'm going to go a little bit slower and more controlled, all right? Oh yeah, by the way, we're doing a minute on this one. Some I like to pull the time up a little bit longer. Some I like to shorten. Kind of just depends how I'm feeling, you know? Turn, pinch, squeeze, turn, pinch, squeeze. Okay, again, I know this is not the best thing on your neck. So bring the head down and take a break if you need it. That strain in the neck with ab exercises is very, very normal. It will go away the more you do these, but it's not fun. It happens to everybody. You got 10 seconds left. Time, relax. Woo. Next up, we're going to go into bicycles. So that's opposite elbow to opposite knee. I'm going to do mine slower because I really want to focus on the twist. So that's feet up. My left elbow goes to my right knee. It does not have to touch, and I'm extending my opposite leg. Switch. Okay? Again, I'm gonna do mine slower and more controlled, but if you want to do it fast, you can. All right, we're going back to 45 seconds. Time starts right now. Let's go. Nice and long legs, elbows wide. Get a nice twist going here. I, of course, like to exhale on that twist. Again, you can play around with the speed on this one. You got 10 seconds. Time, relax. Woo. Oh. Next up, we're going to go into side plank position. We're going to go into hip drops. Yesterday in class, we did twists. Don't worry, we're not doing that again. We're going to do hip drops this time. So down on my elbows, nice straight line. We're going to go 30 seconds each side. Arms up. I'm going to drop my bum towards the floor, lift back up. Down, controlled, lift fast. Slow, fast. Okay. Again, inhale coming down. Exhale coming up. We got 10 seconds. Let's get one more. Nice, switch it up. All right, other side. Straight line, lift off. Hips to the floor, back up. Do whatever you want with your hand. You can leave it up. You can bring it to your head. You can scratch your face. Back down. Fight it on the way down. Fast. Fight it coming down. Fast up. 15 seconds. Let's get one more. And down. Relax. Last thing here for the obliques is we're going to do wiggles. I know, it's not a cool name, but it makes sense when you do the movement. All right, actually, you know, we're going to do two more things. I lied. So for this one, same with that butterfly position, we're going to go feet together, elbows wide. As I twist to my right knee comes in. Other side, left knee, left elbow, except that was my quad. Yeah, that was bad, I know. Turn, turn, okay? 45 seconds. See why they're called wiggles? Here we go. Turn and pinch. Pressing the feet together. Again, elbows wide, and I am pinching. Right? You see I kind of grimace every time because I'm actively squeezing my obliques. And I'm doing a little bump of my hips towards the elbows. Ten seconds left. Pinch, pinch, pinch. Time, relax. Woo. All right, next up, we're gonna be on our butt. We're gonna do Russian twists. Okay, so I like to do a little clasp of my hands like this, and I like to tap my elbow. Okay, it forces me to actually twist rather than just, sorry, forgot to close my email. Tap here. Watch, I'm gonna get like 30 emails now. Okay, so Russian twist, sit back slightly. I am gonna plant my feet here. Tap, turn, slower and controlled. Ideally, you're keeping your knees as close together as possible, which is not easy. Whoa, cat drive by. Tap and turn. Again, I just prefer slower, more controlled here. I'm trying to tap my elbow to the floor, trying to press my knees close together. It's kind of as close as mine get, unfortunately. Tap and turn, kind of like you're rowing a boat. 15 seconds. And if you're doing the hand clasp like I am, you can really tell there's a big difference, right? It's forcing you to twist your elbows down rather than just tap with the hands. Last one. Good job, folks. We're going to move into lower abs next. Cat is going crazy. So grab some water if you need it. I'm going to water it out. So grab some water, and then we'll move into the lower ab stuff, which I think is harder. Could be that mine are just weaker, maybe. I just think they're a little bit more, a little more challenging. And then we'll run through, we got about 6, 7 exercises, and then we will finish with our So from here, there's a lot of variations on this. For this one, we're going to do it a little differently this week. We're going to go with the legs fairly high, and I'm going to cross. Sorry about the internet. I think I'm back. Okay. So again, that's feet high, cross. All right. And I'm going to bring my knees in. I'm going to bump my hips, bring them back. Okay. I do recommend bringing your head down to the floor, which I'm going to do. I just can't see myself. So hopefully it's good. So again, the cross at the feet, bringing the knees back. It's a pretty short range of motion. It's controlled coming back. I'm not swinging. I'm thinking about my belly, lower belly, okay, belly button and below, doing the work here. All right. Breathe. If you have any lower back issues, I highly recommend you put your hands under your tailbone. You can make a little diamond shape. You got 20 seconds. Next up, those ones always get me, is we're going to do a straight leg lift. Okay, double leg lift. So again, you're going to keep your hands under your tailbone if you do have some back issues. If you want to make it harder, you can bring your hands out to your side, behind the head, do whatever makes you happy, okay? So for this one, it's legs straight up. I'm going to lower both legs to the ground. Don't kick the table. Okay, cool. And back up. All right, here we go. I like to point my toes as I come down and flex as I come back up. I just think it helps with that lengthening that we want to get. It's not a necessity though. It's a lot to remember, especially when you're burning. All right, head down if you want to make your leg. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Point coming down, flex on the way up. You got 10 seconds, let's get 3 more. 1, 2, and 3. Relax. Nice job. Next up, there's not really a name for this. I mean, I guess you can call them clocks. But what I always say is pretend you're laying down on the beach, right? So you usually lay like this, scoping the people out, like, what's up? So down on the elbows, all right? I'm gonna do this from the side though. Just wanted to show you that position. So we're chilling here. Again, this is a tough one. So if you need to bend your knees here, do that. Okay, so it's legs up. I'm gonna make a big circle with my legs. Slow and steady. I'm gonna switch directions. I know it sucks. Switch directions. Drive through the forearms. This does take quite a bit of ab strength and flexibility. So again, you bend those knees if you need to trace that circle. And time, relax. Oh. Nice job, y'all. Which one do I want to do next? All these are pretty nasty. Oh, well, it's okay. We're going to do just a static hold here, okay? It's almost called a hollow rock, but we're not doing a rock. We're just really holding it. So position-wise, arms are back. Arms are back. Legs are long. And I'm going to hold this position here, okay? I'm going to face the camera just because I don't really have the space. And I'm just going to hold. All right? Happy thoughts. This is not going to be fun. We're going to go 30 seconds on this because I'm nice. All right? Hold it. Legs long, arms up, pull the belly in. I know it burns. You're probably shaking a lot here. 15 seconds. Sure, breathing. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax. Oh, oh God. I definitely think that's the hardest one, honestly. I think the burn on that one is next level. Okay. I need a break after that. Next up, we're going to do a kind of a scissor crunch. So it's really adding in some of the upper ab work that we've done, right? So for this one, I'm going to do a little split in my legs, and I'm going to clap basically. Okay, so we're going to do 2 versions. We're going to start with the easier one. Reaching my arms back. Oh, I just turned on my Xbox. Sorry. Okay. It's like, what is that noise? Okay, I'm going to reach, clap under my leg. Arms back, reach, clap. All right, we're going 45 seconds here. Obviously, the higher you clap, the harder this is going to be, right? So I'm trying to aim for under my calves. Make sure you're actively clapping, right? I should hear it, except not because you're muted. Like, you know what I mean? Reach, clap. Reach, clap. And we'll get one more. And relax. Take about 10 seconds. We're going to do the exact same thing, but we're going to come down slower. So you're going to fight it on the way down. It's take you about 3 seconds to come back to the ground. Okay? All right, 45 seconds. Here we go. Fight it. Up fast, down slow. Right? Should look like you're speeding me up on the way up, but I've slowed down at the bottom. If you want to take that hold even longer to 5 seconds, you can do that. This should not be fun. You got 10 seconds left. Let's get one more on each. And last one. And relax. Small sip of water. And then we got one more thing today. So that'll end up being, yeah, about 36, 37 minutes. Time flies. I like to end with a long plank. So that's what we're going to do. Last week, I believe we did 2.5 minutes. So let's go, let's just do 3, right? Let's do a 3-minute plank. So I know what you're thinking. That is simply too long, Jeff. It is long. So you're not just going to be doing a low plank and holding that, okay? I don't expect you to survive that. So what you're going to be doing is moving through different planks, and you can do whatever you want. So you can go low to side to high, right? Your rest position, if you need it, is going to be downward dog, right? But what I don't want you to do is drop to your knees. Nobody should be dropping to their knees throughout this 3 minutes, okay? You have a rest position, it's downward dog. Now I'm going to be kind of moving on my own pace. So if you want to follow along, I'll just announce what I'm doing. But if you just want to hold whatever version you want more, go for it. But again, try to stay off the knees. So I'm going to be very exact with my timer on this one. So let me start a separate one, because you'll all kill me if I time wrong on this. Okay. So I'm going to start in low. 3 minutes. It's the last thing to do today. You should be off those knees. Here we go. Happy thoughts. So just kind of get settled. If you want to move and wiggle around a little bit, you can do that. I'm going to stay here for another 15, and then I'm going to turn to side plank, and I'm going to transition without dropping to the knees, though. Okay, I'm going to turn to side. I just turn the feet over and stack, right? I didn't drop. I'm going to stay here for 30. Again, your rest position is downward dog. I will give you a one where when we've hit a minute, I'll let you know, okay? I'm gonna go back to center. I'm gonna switch sides. It's been a minute. 2 minutes left. I'm gonna go back to center. I'm gonna come up to my hands now. I'm gonna get cozy here. I'm gonna do a push-up, because why not? It's just a little relief. Remember, downward dog is your rest here. I'm gonna come back down to my elbows. I'm gonna turn back to the side. Again, I'm off the knees. This is fun, right? What could be better? I'm gonna go back center. You got 1 minute left. I'm gonna turn to the other side. 1 minute. Back to center. I'm gonna come back up to my hands. I'm gonna do another push-up. Going back down to my elbows. 30 seconds left. And now I'm just gonna kind of start moving between them. Whew. 15 seconds. 10 seconds, hold it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, time, relax. 3 minutes and 1 second. That is it. Woo. Nice job, folks. You are done for the day. As always, feel free to stick around and shoot some chats my way. You can also unmute yourself and ask a question, whatever works. I'm tired. But other than that, that is all. High plank seems easier than elbow one. It depends on the person. Typically, a high plank is actually going to be harder than a low plank. But I found it really depends from person to person. I think at one point I thought you were on a loop with the leg claps. Oh, you thought I was on a loop? Nice. Cool down exercises today. I would go out for a walk. If not, I would just go and do probably one of Danny's meditation or stretch videos. Barbara, you're shaming me. To be fair, I reused this one, which is probably kind of gross, isn't it? Here, bring the cat over. Oh, cat number 2. Come here. She's over it. She doesn't care. Russian twist question. Go for it.
All right. So I was wondering, because you said that you clasp your hands together and then you twist so that way your elbow touches the ground. But for me, I can't reach the ground with my elbow unless I like lean back, like I sit back a little.
Yeah, that's fine. That actually tends to make it even harder when you're sitting back because your body wants to fall.
Yeah.
So that's totally fine. It's just I explain it that way because sometimes people have a tendency when they're just doing it regularly, they just kind of fling their arms and then they're not twisting. And so when I do that clasp, it forces people to think about it differently. But what you're doing is totally fine.
Awesome.
Yep. Cool. Any other questions while I am here? Seems like we're good. All right, folks, that's all I got. Don't forget Zumba with Karen today at 4:30. Peace. Have a good one.